Writing in the Mail today, top doctor Max Pemberton, I'm a big fan of his, said government plans to crack down on cowboy cosmetic procedures don't address the bigger problem. He says the real problem and the real question to ask is why so many people, especially young women, want to have these treatments in the first place. Now, Dr. Max is a psychiatrist. He's also qualified to give Botox and fillers, but he's vowed not to after being left horrified, he says, by the number of young people who wanted to get work done so they could look like their favourite celebrities or influencers. He says it just didn't seem ethical to exploit the insecurities of young women in this way. And I wonder if you're concerned too about what people are doing to their faces and their bodies. Nadia, I wonder what you think about this.
I think we should do whatever one chooses to do. As women, we have really high sort of societal pressures as it is, and the West is obsessed with age obsessed, youth obsessed, body weight, body image obsessed. So I think any woman should have the right or not to choose to have whatever they need to do.
I mean, a little bird told me that you're planning on a facelift.
Yes, we both have been, I think we've spoken publicly on weight journey.
My weight journey, yeah. Facelift, no, I haven't had one. I probably, as soon as I started doing this show, and you know I have to turn to you, so I have to turn there. And then I suddenly saw the whole neck situation.
But this is the thing.
And I thought, God, why have I not had one? But it's a bit late now, and I'm telling every day.
No,
but
it's never
I could wear a polo neck, I was thinking.
No, I love a chic
not a good look. I can see myself in the camera. I don't like it. But I haven't had it done. No. But you're planning a facelift.
Yes, I think once I get to my optimal weight, I think it's important because I already had a consultation.
Yes.
And it's important to differentiate facelift as in retouching, just lifting. I think it's understanding. It's so almost like placing back where it was originally.
Right.
But can I ask you?
No, just 1 second. So basically, my cheeks, my muscle.
Sorry, Nadia.
Put Nick Freeman in his place. You wait till she's finished.
So essentially, I'm just reposting where my cheeks were, put them back where they were supposed to.
I'm looking at your face, Claire, and so is everybody else. But I can't. I mean, genuinely, I'm not just saying this to be polite. I'm not.
No, thank you.
It doesn't appear to have fallen. It appears to be.
But why do you want it?
Because I would like personally to have this sort of jowls, a little bit of this jowl. I don't want to have the double chin. This sort of societal metrics that have been imposed on women. Even I have been institutionalized to believe that I need to adhere to that certain aesthetic.
You can fight it. You can resist it.
No,
you don't have to roll over it.
You don't have to do.
Well, that's two different points.
And I think also it's my freedom of choice. I think it is my imperative choice that I can do it. And I think if cosmetic surgery and non-invasive cosmetic surgery, i.e. lasers and other sort of treatments, have amazing results as well, without having to go, quote unquote, under the knife and have those
Let's ask Nick about this, because I know you have pretty strong views. I think as you're driving, as you said, 900 miles in a day, plenty of time
not
to
every day.
Look at people. and you're seeing lots and lots of particularly young women.
Well, I'm concerned, and I thought you would be. Some people look up to you, and you're an example of, your beauty at your age, a role model.
You're too kind.
So what I'm concerned about is the 18, 19-year-old girls who have this sort of societal expectation that they've got to have a flawless complexion, and they already have. And what is wrong with aging beautifully, looking after yourself, keeping fit, and just making the most of what we've got? And I'm not saying that if you need something doing urgently because you've got, I don't know, a massive nose or you're flat-chested or something like that, that's understandable. But now,
only a man could say that.
I'm trying to tread delicately.
Only a man could say that. That's cisgender.
But for young girls to feel that they want a butt lift or they want to look in a certain way, why aren't they concentrating on developing their brain? Why are we? Just a moment, please. Why are we suffering? Why are these girls and maybe men as well suffering with the highest incidence of mental health issues? Because they're chasing something that doesn't really exist. They're never going to get to what they're looking for, and they should be thinking about it in a completely different way.
Let's give Afua the chance to pitch in here.
But the problem is because young people especially are so confronted with social media, with celebrities, with AI now as well, with all these unrealistic pictures of what this idea of beauty that they're being fed, and you so rightly pointed that out, that this unrealistic idea of beauty that is no wrinkles, that is stick thin, that is youthful, and they're being fed this when they're already young, when they already look great, when they already look real, like a real human being, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and that is beautiful. But they're being pumped full of this idea that you have to have no wrinkles and these huge lips and these huge lashes and all this, and it just is so unrealistic. And as someone who has a 13-year-old daughter, I really worry about what she is seeing. I try and control that as much as I can, and also reinforce that she's absolutely beautiful the way she is. You don't need all these things. And I think that's actually the real root of the problem, that young people, especially young women, but young men as well, are being fed this idea of unrealistic beauty.
It's this idea, isn't it, that there's only one way to look, and you could call it the Love Island style.
They all look the same.
They
look the same.
So very large lips that are kind of pumped out, and obviously very, very big eyelashes, which obviously aren't real, a great deal of hair, lots of hair extensions, boobs, butt, and the whole thing, and that is the look, the acceptable
But who finds
look.
it attractive? Are they doing it for themselves, or are they doing it for the opposite sex? Because I can say as a man that I don't find it attractive. You know, you want individuality, and when you look at
you're not on Love Island. I say that with
No,
all
I'm not on
kindness.
Love Island.
You're not.
No,
right.
I'm not, and I'm not on Love Island. You're absolutely right. But I am entitled to pass an opinion
what we're looking
about the opposite
tell you
sex.
what we're looking at
and
on
what
the
looks
screen.
good and what doesn't look good.
So this is Faye Winter, who I've met. She's a very, very nice girl, actually charming, from Love Island. And you can see on the right is how she looked then. So you can see that she's got fillers in her cheeks. She's got very, very plumped up lips, hasn't she? And I'm not sure about the hair. And then on the left, she had everything taken out, because when she was on the show, I think she felt that it was much too much. I think she got very criticised and trolled, and it was very unhappy and nasty experience for her. So that on the left is her real self. On the right is the kind of done up self.
And there's a few of the Love Island contestants that have done the same thing. So they've come out afterwards, and Molly May as well, you know, dissolved the fillers, taken out the hair extensions, and gone back to the quote-unquote natural state. But is that did they do it to get on Love Island? And now that they're off Love Island, they have what they want to achieve, so they feel that they can go back to their normal self, now that they've achieved the brand deal, now that they've got the fame. Is that what it is?
But the other point, and when you read someone's face, and we look at people, you know, I make a living out of looking at people, working out what they're saying, is it true, etc., etc. You want to look at a face that moves, that's giving you messages. When you're looking at a face that's filled with stuff, it's very hard to read.
I love I have an expressionist face. I have no poker face, honestly. My face will tell you exactly how I internally feel about something. And that is it's very expensive. What?
Or it's cheap and you don't do anything.
I'm
It's cheap if you
I've got to
don't
say
do
I'm
anything.
riveted by this conversation. We are going to leave it there.